Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of the Casually Avid Gamer Plays Minecraft. Ooh, ominous. I'm really glad you guys are here. Let's get going. Now, today, well, first let me admit, this is something I've admitted before, and it's getting dark, so sad. So, okay, admissions in the dark time. Are you ready? Somehow it's all the more seedy because it's night. But anyway, here's the admission. I'm kind of a muggins. So in my Minecraft mini that I released this last Wednesday, I asked you guys for feedback on what material we want to use as part of our dockside warehouse. And that's great. I love when you guys get involved with the builds. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of inspiring, kind of helps spark creativity. It's great. However, I'm recording this episode long before that episode's going to even come out. So here I am. I've got the bug to work on this warehouse, but I don't want to, finish it until I get your guys' input on what you guys think the material we should use is. So I'm saddled with a dilemma. This happens often. Do I go try to find another project to do, or do I work on what I can with the warehouse, but leaving where I would have that material empty? And I think I'm going to do that because I want to work on this warehouse. I did a little bit of research, and by research I mean Google Images. I don't see why you need to do more research than that for Minecraft, but so I've got some ideas for this dock, and I'm really excited to start building it. So we are going to start doing that now. Now, one building complication with this dock is I want it to extend all the way up to and on top of the plateau up here, so that something can come in on the dock, and we'll have some various mechanisms by which cargo and trade goods can go up to the top end of the warehouse and then be retrieved there. So it's going to be a huge, huge, huge building, and then complicated by the fact that it has to start right in the middle of this hill, because I don't want to start it out here because you block the actual pier itself. So we're going to need to start somewhere around here and take it up and take it over. And that's going to be tricky. But I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start kind of framing this bad boy, putting together the frame, because the frame is going to be oak logs. They seem to have worked here. I am hoping they work for the warehouse. We may change it up a bit when we get into the actual village itself, but right here, the frame's going to be oak logs. And that does remind me, if you haven't watched my last Minecraft mini, please go out there, check it out, and then let me know what you think about the color material or the type of material we should be using on this bad boy. If you watch the mini, it'll explain that. It'll explain what I'm talking about a lot better. Look at that guy. Look at him. Just bobbing up and down, trying to shoot me. What's up? Hey, big guy. Ow! Jerk. Alright, so he wants to shoot somebody? Yeah, that's fine. Ow! Hey! Wow, I was hoping to be a lot smoother than that. A couple of fun facts. One, I am really going to run out of oak wood well before this episode's done, so I'm gonna have to go harvest some here at some point. That's the first one. And second fun fact number 2, I'm insane. Look at the size of this thing. This isn't even the roof. The roof is gonna come up off of this. Look at oh my, look at just that's gonna be huge. It's going to be so huge. Wow. Okay, well, I'm a crazy person. All right, well, but you know what? I think I'm sticking with it. I think it's going to end up being awesome. I think it will. I hope. Oh, I hope. Whew. Now I just got to figure out what the heck am I doing. And we'll probably have to get into this at some point, but this build is going to require a good bit of terraforming. Actually, this whole section right here needs to be terraformed, because I'm not satisfied with the dirt hill. We're going to do more of a flat stone kind of thing, kind of coming straight up off of right here. So more of a sheer cliff face than this kind of gradually sloping hill that we've got there. But yeah, oh man. Okay, so I'm panicking a little less now. We've got the warehouse. I've got it split up into 3 levels. And just kind of the act of doing that kind of helped a little. It let me get a better mental handle on the build, which, again, it's always kind of funny how that sort of thing works out. But looking at the size of the warehouse, that is way too short. That is absolutely far, far too short. So I need to add an extra section onto that at some point. But then the question becomes, if I make it longer, will it be too narrow? Do I need to widen it as well? Which, that's going to be a lot of work. I mean, I'll do it. It's no big deal, but things to consider for the future. Now, we're going to try to make this a little more interesting than just a big box. So let's see if I can paint a little picture here. We're going to have, well, first, this is actually going to be, this bottom section here is going to be open air, and then the wall and like the doors into the building, like the main warehouse doors, are going to be set a little further back, maybe here or so, something like that, just to give it an overhang, to make it, just to kind of liven up the build a little bit. But what we'll also have to do is do some supports here, or put some supports on the inside so it looks a little more solid, if you will. But anyway, like I said, this first part's going to kind of overhang. There'll be doors into the warehouse here. On this side, I'm going to put some rails with some powered mine carts and stuff like that to move. They won't actually serve any functional purpose, but if you're kind of buying into the theme of this being a functional warehouse, those rails will be how they get cargo up and down. Another way they're going to be getting cargo is up and down is there'll be this ground floor with the little indent. There'll be a window here, and then on the 3rd level there'll be 2 more windows, and out of those windows will hang some cranes with a pulley system. Well, Minecraft doesn't do a pulley system, but we'll try to make one up, or make it at least look like they do. And then that way they can also raise goods up to the 2nd or 3rd levels as they feel necessary. So that should look pretty cool. Like I said, I still need to know from you guys what material we want to use before we go any kind of really super crazy in here. But I figure I can probably at least maybe get some floors in, because the material I'm asking about are what's going to kind of fill in the walls, but not necessarily be the floors. Because some of those materials, if you do the walls, the floors, and the ceilings all in that same stuff, it's going to get a little intense. So, alright. This is cool. Alright, I'm going to get back to it. I'm at another kind of design decision point again. And it has to do with my original plans and the amount of terraforming I want to do. I swear I just slept like 2 minutes ago. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk through the night, or at least for another minute or two. Originally, the plan was to have a couple of giant windows here and here with cranes coming out, and windows here, and so that materials can be hauled up in 2 spots. However, if I'm going to have a second crane here and it's going to be at all centered, I have to get rid of a ton of this, which, you know, that's just a lot of material to dig out. So, I don't know. Oh, okay. Decision. I am going to take out a bunch of this material to see if we can't get something centered, because the plan was 2, and darn it, I want 2. I just want what I want. Ender dude just checking stuff out. Should we hit him in the head for his pearls? Oh, he's ninja fast. Come here, you. Look at him running away. That's right. Yeah, go on. You scared? That's fine. What? I don't know. I don't know what just happened there. I sort of blacked out. So let's never talk of this again. Warning, time to get all terraformy. So I am going to chop my way through this whole thingy and hopefully come out the other side. Seriously, the sun's going down already. Again, I spend more time running up there to go to sleep than I do working on this thing, I think. Okay, so I did a little terraforming this way. I didn't take it all the way over to this pillar because I don't think we need to do it. And I think having the cliff wall kind of force a change on the building would look better than it looking like the building forced a change on the cliff wall. Now, well, not unfortunately, but I think it's getting to the point where I can't really treat, because they interact so much, I can't treat the warehouse as separate from the landscape right here. It's the nature of the warehouse is necessitating that I make some design decisions on here. So I think what I need to do is I need to get the stone cliff face in. I don't think I'm going to fill it out completely, but I at least need to get it here so I know where it's all kind of at, and knowing that shows us, you know, what we have to work with. The sun is going down again. So I've got, or at least this side in, and this feels a little better to me. I'm going to need to add some character to these walls, you know, put some holes, make the surface a little less uniform. But already I think this is more workable than what we had before with the kind of rolling hill up to the top. So yeah, okay. Now it's kind of starting to take shape. I have to put the stone in over here, and I'll go ahead and do that in the morning. And then I've had to leave myself a little path up. Kind of what the grand plan is, that the sort of passenger, wealthy folk entrance or exit from the dock is up here, and it's going to be a stairway that kind of sweeps up along this cliff face and deposits us right up there, or maybe right up there somewhere, but something a little more fancy and grand. And then kind of down the road, I'm almost thinking of adding the bad side of town. There's, maybe there's an entrance that the less affluent folks have to go up here, because this will be the wall of the building, and maybe there's just a tiny cramped stairway that'll go up through here that maybe those who aren't quite so wealthy end up being forced to use. I don't know. I think that kind of headcanon, if you will, it's sort of the fun thing about the build. If you recall, when we were building that monastery library over there, I have a lot of headcanon for that library, a lot of the reasons why things are the way they are in there, and I think that adds to the enjoyment of the build. Okay, I do not like creepers anywhere near any of my anythings, Spiders, I'll just shoot because fun. But creepers, no, no, and no. Bad creepers. Oh, and a Skelly Bob. He's enjoying the shade. Just chilling. Admittedly, from this side, it could use some work. It's going to take so much junk to fill in. Yeah, I may end up just capping it off and making sure it's lit up in here so it doesn't turn into a mob spawner. But I don't know that... I don't know that I want to even try filling that in. You know, my Minecraft brain sort of has designer's ADHD. As in, it affects your design process, not like designers as in designer genes. That would be ridiculous. But okay, so I am trying to do this and figure out what I'm going to do with this and thinking, oh, maybe I should get a floor in and all this stuff. And oh, my brain just won't let me do it. Because first I was kind of looking at this and I was like, I don't know that I sort of had the cliff face coming down gradually. Okay, that's all right. But the thing is, then I got thinking about the grand staircase that's going to go up here. I kind of wanted it to go along a sheer cliff wall rather than rolling hill. So then I get to thinking, well, all right, so we'll have to maybe extend the sheer cliff face around here, around through here, which means, okay, do I put the cliff face here, or do I put it back here, cut all this out, and make the river wider? It's like, oh, okay. And then, all right, now what am I going to do with the castle that Gandhiwar built? Because, you know, it's near the docks, it's near a warehouse. You know, I don't know that, you know, we already talked about there being like a poor side of town over here. And the main exit from the dock is right next to the bridge that goes over to the castle. And I was like, well, that doesn't seem kind of fit. Well, what do we do? What should we do about that? And I was like, oh, maybe this could be a prison. And so, yeah, now I want to make a prison out of this. And I want to do something different with the bridge. And I got to get a cliff face wall here, 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 and here, and here. And then, oh, yeah, there's this warehouse that I'm trying to build that my brain won't let me. So I ended up extending that sheer cliff face all the way past the bridge into the castle. I think that's what we're going to go with. I mean, it means I'm going to have to do a lot of terraforming later, like on this island and stuff like that, to, again, kind of match. And we're definitely going to have to do some texturing here. And then on this side of the warehouse, you can see I removed a lot of the dirt. I'm going to have to remove some of that too to make it a little more uniform. And then a couple of design decisions I have. I can either take out all of the granite, diorite, and andesite and replace it all with stone so it's all the same color stone, or I can mix some of the diorite, andesite, and granite into the cliff face we're creating. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but we're a little ways away from, you know, texturing this and finishing that off. But looking from this vantage point, this warehouse is going to be huge. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but this I will probably want to extend and possibly widen at some point. So I don't know. But anyways, I had mentioned before my Minecraft mini that I did earlier this week about the building materials we're going to use for the walls here. So if you haven't watched that video, please go watch it now. And let me know which material you think we should use down in the comments. It really helps me out. It'd be a lot of fun to get some input on this. I think that's all the time we have for this episode. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the Casually Avid Gamer Plays Minecraft. I'm really glad you guys came. If you had fun, please click that like button. Throw some comments down in the comments section. It's all good. It's all great. I had fun. I hope you did too. And we'll talk to you next time.